All the dresses are named after family members or close friends. A few of them ended up on my cutting room floor, unfortunately, but these are the ones that survived. That's Helly's my best childhood friend, and Liliana's her daughter. Tilly's my niece, Primrose my godmother, Agnes is my great aunt, and Annie's my sister. My sister's a bit of a good time girl, so she was the halter neck fun one. Helly got married in a dress very similar to that one, so named it after her. My name's Paula Moore, and my business is taken from my name, Paula Moore, into the French Pour l'Amour, which is for the love. And I do vintage inspired wedding dresses based in the 1950s. Trying to build structure into the dresses. I was a designer since leaving art school. I went to Glasgow School of Art and did embroidered and woven textiles back in the 80s. And when I left art school, I got a placement in industry into a knitting factory in Scotland, and loved being in the factory environment. So just became a knitwear designer, moved down to London, and then just worked my way through various suppliers to the high streets, BHS, just generally high street shops doing knitwear, sportswear. But I've just became more and more disillusioned when you go to the factories and the price point being driven down and down and down. And then at the end of the season, everything goes into the bargain bucket, you know, and then next season you're designing this pretty much the same stuff all over again to go through the whole cycle again. So I thought I'm going to move myself as far away from that as I can and do high-end, made in Britain dresses with, you know, again bringing in some integrity into what I do. And there's the polka dot dresses, which have a spot overlay. Polka dot comes in two styles, so that one, and then there's that one, which again has a dropped back hem at the back. Another Agnes, this is Agnes Lace as opposed to Agnes Spot, which is pretty much the same style but softer. The Agnes Spot one has a knife pleated hem, waistband here. This one is an Italian wool embroidery on tulle. It's really soft, surprisingly soft. It looks like it's going to be quite stiff, but it isn't. It's not at all scratchy. I just love surrounding myself with styling the things that I really like. So, you know, it's whereas before you're designing a lot of things and it's bread and butter stuff and it's nice to do, it's fine, you just churn it out, but this is just a whole different level, and you know, and it's just so much fun to think about trims and go to fairs and shows and look for like embellishments and figure out, you know, can I make that, you know, is there a way I could do that? Every lace is next to each other, so you get a really tight meshing of the lace across the back. A lot of people will skip alternate ones, so open it out. Just it's quite a big cost cutting and time saving exercise. I don't personally like the very wide ribbons, which are then quite open. So one of the key things to this T-length shape and the 1950s shape is very much the shape from the petticoat achieves underneath. These are the petticoats that I use, and they give absolutely loads and loads and loads of layers, and have a really pretty little blue ribbon sewn into them for the something blue feature, which is really sweet. It's doing those in colours if you'd like some colours, so you could have a real flash of colour underneath, which is probably why I'm quite keen on trying to find a way to introduce some colour, or a way that the bride can wear the dress later on, you know, wear it over and over again. You go to a wedding fair and you have a look at their pricing, you have a look at how it's made, and you know, you can have a good old route round and see the structures and to see, you know, see their price points and what they're offering. And then make sure that I am within the price point, I'm in the price range, but I'm making my dresses, I think, to a much higher standard. You're not having to hire, you know, premises, which takes massive overheads off you, which then reflect in what you can charge for the dresses, which then keeps everything manageable. My husband's he's a very techie, and he loves a spreadsheet. So we've got, you know, spreadsheets for everything, you know, and it's amazing. Another friend of mine has a business, but hasn't got a clue how much it costs her to make the clothes that she makes. She's just picked a generic end price because that sits in the market, but she doesn't know how it tiers down. And so if somebody asks me for a variation on a dress or a cheaper fabric, I can quickly scale it up or down or know where I am price-wise and what I can offer it at. Do the legwork, meet people, because if you send an email, it doesn't really connect. And I think I've made my best connections with people and made my best advances in the business through going and chatting with people over a cup of coffee. You know, can I come and see you? And just be honest about what you're doing. You know, if you sell a dress to a lady And she's so thrilled, and being part of that is just brilliant, you know, to know, and you know, they come in and show you their wedding photos. It is like, oh my God, you know,